Welcome again. We have already learned how the y equals x squared looks like. Now let's inspect the graph of an equation of the form y equals a times x squared. This is a parabola whose axis is the y-axis, and by axis I mean the axis of symmetry. The parabola's vertex point lies at the origin, and the vertex point is the point where the parabola and axis cross. So I write you up the vertex point. The parabola opens upward if a is positive and downward if a is negative. So if a is positive, then it opens upward, so it looks like this. So it's actually a smiley face. And if a is negative, then it looks like this, so it's actually a sad face. Now the larger the absolute value of a is, the narrower the parabola is. Generally, the graph of y equals a times x squared plus bx plus c is a shifted and scaled version of the parabola y equals x squared. We will discuss shifting and scaling of graphs in more detail later. So again, let's summarize what we have learned. The graph of the equation y equals a times x squared plus bx plus c, and if a is not negative, is not 0, because if a were 0, y would be just line with y equals bx plus c, and this is just a line with, you know, the form that we have already learned, mx plus c, with the slope and the y-intercept, and you remember. So this is the parabola. The parabola opens upward if a is positive and downward if a is negative. The axis is the line with the equation x equals minus b over 2a, and we will prove it later. The vertex of the parabola is the point where the axis and parabola intersect. Its x-coordinate is x equals minus b over 2a. Its y-coordinate is found by substituting x equals minus b over 2a in the parabola's equation. Now let's see an example. So graph the equation y equals minus 1 over 2 times x squared minus x plus 4, for example. So just graph it. Now comparing the equation with y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, we can see that a equals minus 1 over 2 and b equals minus 1 and c is 4. Since a is negative, the parabola opens downward, and the axis is the vertical line with the x equals minus b over 2a, so it equals to minus 1 over 2 times minus 1 over 2, that is minus 1 over minus 1, that is minus 1. So the x-coordinate of the vertex point is the x equals minus 1. Now we need to substitute this into the equation, so that y equals minus 1 over 2 minus 1 squared minus 1 plus 4. And with fast calculations we get that it's minus 1/2 plus 5, and that is 4.5, which is 9 over 2. And now we know the coordinate pair of the vertex point, and that is, so I don't know, the v point, I will call the vertex point v point, is minus 1 and 9 over 2. Now I want to calculate the x-intercepts, and I can get the x-intercepts with so I write it up, x-intercepts if y equals 0. So if minus 1 over 2x minus x plus 4 is 0, and now you can actually multiply both sides by -2, so the equation will be x squared plus 2x minus 8, that equals 0. And now you have two ways. You can actually use the quadratic formula where x equals to x12 equals minus b plus minus the square root of b to the second power plus minus 4ac over 2a, or you notice that this is nothing more than x minus 2 times x plus 4 equals 0. I admit that this is a harder way and this is easier, and we will discuss how it works, how the quadratic formula works later. But now say that we have this formula, so this product will be 0 if and only if any of x minus 2 or x plus 4 is 0. So the two solutions are the x2 equals x1 equals 2 and x4 equal x2 equals minus 4. So these are the two x-intercept coordinates. Now let's sketch up the parabola, and I need some more space for it. That is going to be enough, I guess. Okay, so here is our Cartesian coordinate system. This is y and this is x. Now we know that the abscissa of the vertex point is -1, so this is going to be -1, and it's 4.5 high. Okay, this is going to be 5. So this is the vertex point, and now we know that it intercepts, the parabola intercepts the x-axis at 2 and at -4. And we also know that if x is 0, so if x is 0, then y is going to be 4 because of where is the equation? Okay, I need to write it up again. So because of y equals -1 over 2x squared minus x plus 4, and if you substitute the x equals 0 into this equation, then you get y equals 4. So here is going to be y equals 4, and then this is the axis of symmetry. So this point is going to be another point of the parabola, and the coordinates of that is -2, 4. Now you can connect these points with a smooth curve, and it will be something like this, and this should be symmetric to this line, but never mind. And I hope that this was clear, and thanks for watching this video. In the next video we are going to talk more about functions and their graphs, domains and ranges. Okay, so see you.